welcome to our glorious virtual stage at the Follies. This is the Next American Stage. And in this stage, for the next 40 or so minutes, you're going to see a marvelous performance by the Vintage Improv Festival's Academy for Advanced Performance Liz Allen Ensemble. What a mouthful. Come on up, guys.
Hey, thanks for coming out today. We are the Advanced Masterclass Super Whiz Ensemble, as you just heard. Could you give us a suggestion, please? A short, simple suggestion, a word. Just put it in the chat box because I have to keep on talking until you do. So let that be an incentive for you. We are otherwise known as Naked Banquet of Mittens. And all the mittens will be working together tonight to bring you this show. We're coming to you from all parts of the globe, and hopefully you're also different parts of the globe. So hello, Argentina. Let's see what we got here. Oh my, we have
Beanie.
One suggestion. We have the suggestion of Beanie.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a family that lived just on the edge of the suburbs. It wasn't quite the city. It wasn't quite the suburbs. It was sort of in this almost nexus region where it was kind of cityfied. You could go to a grocery store and things like that, but it still felt open, and the whole family loved it there.
And the person that loved it the most was little Jeffrey Jacob. Jeffrey Jacob was such a special child, and his parents loved him so much that on his third birthday, and he wore it forever, was a little beanie, and it was one of those little beanies with the helicopter thing on top. Mm-hmm. And he, people would see him coming and they would go, "Oh, what a precious, precious child."
And they would ask the Beanie Boy, "Are you from the city? We haven't seen you here. Are you perhaps from the suburbs?" He didn't know. He was in that mysterious hinterland that gave him no particular identity other than the beanie.
And the fact that he could not give a straight answer made people believe that he really had the deep answer to all of life's questions. And so they began to ask him questions about the future and about how things should work.
And one day,
that is how the little boy from the suburbs became famous as the Beanie Oracle. And politicians, wise men, seeked his counsel.
And the interesting thing was, if the beanie went clockwise, it meant the answer was yes. And if it went counterclockwise, it meant the answer was no. But the really tricky part was whether it was going clockwise or counterclockwise depended on whether you were looking up at it or down.
One day, Jeffrey Jacob's beanie went missing, and everyone from the city and the suburbs and that hinterland in between went wild with the need to find Jeffrey Jacob's beanie.
Because it was historic landmarked, and that actually brought in the police and the fire department and the park recreations departments and the rangers and just about everybody else. It was an actual emergency without any danger.
They kept looking. They looked far and wide. They looked everywhere they could. Of course, they looked in Jeffrey's room. They looked throughout Jeffrey's house. They looked in Jeffrey's school. They looked throughout the entire county. There's nowhere to be found. And finally, they said, "Jeffrey, can I just ask you the questions and you'll have the answers?" And he said, "Of course. I don't need that silly beanie." And they finally realized it wasn't in the beanie. It was in Jeffrey Jacob's all along. He was the oracle. It wasn't about that silly beanie. It was about Jeffrey Jacob himself.
It's not too hard. You can do it. You can do it yourself.
I have so much trouble when I try to make things of clay.
It's just a statue. Hey, don't worry. It doesn't matter if it doesn't look exactly like the president. It'll be beautiful.
But I have to breathe life into it. I have to make it have substance. If one can do that with a politician, I will try to do that.
Believe me, trying to make a politician look like a thing of substance that's too much of a goal. Just make it look good. Come on, we've been through this. You were my star pupil. You are the best in class. You know that. You can do this.
I just have some sort of moral conflict.
Someone very dear to me ran for public office. And what he found was that people asked lots and lots of very pointed questions in which it was pretty clear the answer that they wanted to receive. And the good politicians said whatever the people wanted to hear. And they were the ones who were elected, not the politicians with integrity who gave the honest answers.
Look, just make them look handsome. Just make them look fit and handsome. And then they won't care if it really looks like him.
I can't make my morals go in that direction. I have to do this and show his flaws.
Morals are such a pain in the ass.
Ding dong. Ding dong.
Yes?
Hi, I'm Daniel Tiger. I'm here for the third 3-year-old birthday party.
You're the clown.
I'm supposed to be a tiger, but yes.
Oh, well, come on in, Danny Tiger.
Sorry.
Come on in. We're ready for you.
Okay, this house is a little small for this size costume.
I'm reminded of birthday parties with unexpected entertainment. When my son was I want to say he was in kindergarten, we decided to give him a really big Cuban-style birthday party. We were living in Miami. And so I got the cake, we got the piñata, which was a specially kind of made thing where you didn't destroy it, you pulled down. But we also got entertainment. I mean, we actually built these things where they could shoot darts and break balloons. We got the cotton candy thing, and we got a clown. So with a bunch of kindergartners, this clown comes in, and he walks over to my classmate, who I didn't know very well, that had a child, and he pulls at her, and the next thing you know, there's this brassiere coming out. And the little kids are like, "What's that, Mommy?" And my husband said, "Dude, come on in the kitchen. We're having a talk." And that was the only thing that clown got to do. He got fired.
It's like a hallway.
Danny Tiger, come on. You know, the kids all have darts and they're so excited
Darts?
to throw them at you.
Wait, I can't move. I can't really. Ow! 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 2 in the same. That's almost. I wouldn't have statistically. Ow! Ow! 3. That's a body part. Ow! Oh!
Well, they're just trying to pin a tail on you, Danny Tiger.
Oh! Tails are in the back.
Pretty fun.
Oh!
You're a
There's
good
no.
sport.
I
It's fun to have a clown. Good idea.
Oh! Ow!
I
Ow!
think they're putting the stripes on you now.
Look, is it okay? Is it okay if I smoke in here?
So
Tiger.
yeah, I have to make a decision. What am I going to do for the rest of my life? I have to either declare a major or tell my parents I want the year off to travel or see, I got a
Well,
cold.
you've come to the right place for that advice. Have you tried marijuana? It usually clears the mind and gives you some idea what you could do with your future,
I thought
like in a relaxed state. It's important to be relaxed too.
I thought marijuana was being used in medical situations, and I understand that this is a medical situation, but I didn't know that guidance counselors were also prescribing it.
Well, these days everybody's prescribing it, but back in the days when it was invented, it was solely used for spiritual purposes.
And you're saying that you used it
Yeah.
for spiritual purposes.
I had a girlfriend in college, and she hadn't used much marijuana, which back then was unusual. And her brother decided to bake some brownies, some magic brownies, with lots and lots of marijuana in them. And he didn't tell her that's what they were. And she was a real fan of chocolate, and she ate a lot of them. And she got so freaked out that she ended up in the college infirmary. They had to sedate her, and she didn't come down for a week. And no one had ever seen a reaction like that to just plain old marijuana. But I don't think she ever tried it again.
I don't know if that's going to be helpful for clear thinking to make a decision.
It does tend to make people a bit indifferent towards
But this is a
career decisions in life. But what is a career anyway?
But this is a life choice. I mean, I'm going to have to. The choice I make now is going to be at least a 9-year cycle, if not more than that.
I'll tell you something.
So I had reached a point in an earlier career where I felt like I didn't want to continue. And so I remember deciding I'm going to quit this government job and go back to school and do something different. And I explained this all to my father, and I'll always remember him saying, "You're in a job where you can't be fired, and you're thinking of quitting?" And without saying the exact words, he let me know that that was perhaps the stupidest decision he had ever heard in his entire life.
Jeffrey Jacob, you are the phenomenon. I mean, child, get a grip. Your life is mapped out for you.
I know. I've got it made.
You don't need the beanie. I get that. You gave that up long ago, but you do have it made.
Yeah. I do. I do. I do have some issues with my personal, interactions.
Excuse me, are you Jeffrey Jacob? I just have a quick.
Yeah.
I lost 35 cents in my couch, and I can't seem to. Just wondering if.
Oh, yeah, I know where it is. It's in the back left, it's in the far left corner.
I didn't even look there. Thank you
There
so
can
much.
be so much
Jeffrey
meaning.
Jeffrey Jacob, I'm planning my wedding, and I don't know whether to do it, the first week in May or the last week in May. Can you tell me which week will have the better weather?
Yeah, you should go for the last week in May. You'll be much better off.
You
Thank
have
you, Jeffrey.
such meaning in your life. I mean, you make such a difference to people with your gift. And you should never forget that. And you should always hold your head high.
Excuse me. Are you Jeffrey Jacob?
That's
Yeah.
Jeffrey Jacob.
Just a quick thing. I had an encounter with. It was an unexpected sexual. Anyway, I'm just wondering. So I put like peroxide, and I'm just. Is this like a yes or a no? Kind of a.
I don't think that's going to do you any good.
That's what I thought. All right. Thanks, JJ.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, listen, everyone I know is just pushing you into this, but let me tell you, the Oracle business can be really tough. You ever read Oedipus Rex? Let me tell you, try reading Oedipus Rex and then give it another thought. Maybe be a helicopter pilot or something.
Don't go away. Don't go away. You're doing a better job than I am of encouraging Jeffrey Jacob. So I'm going to sign off to you.
They never listen to you. You give them you tell them what to do. They do what they want, and then they hold you responsible.
Phone call for Jeffrey Jacobs. Phone call.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
This
Hi. This is the local library. You need to get to the library. We close in just 10 minutes, and you have ordered 15 books. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've got 15 books that I ordered.
We can put them away for tomorrow. Just wanted to make sure that this was the correct order because we're going to be closing in just a few minutes.
Oh, thank you for letting me know.
You're very welcome.
I'm Carolyn. I just love that statue you made of me.
I'm very proud and pleased.
Yeah, yep. I've had some wonderful brownies, but that statue, that is the best.
Statue.
Look at him. Look how he's captured my pose. This is how I like to stand.
I hear you loud
got it.
and clear. Thank you.
Oh man, have you captured my essence? Oh boy. It won't matter what I say now. I got me a statue.
Oh.
Calling Jeffrey Jacobs. Calling Jeffrey Jacobs. So Jeffrey, I first let me say I have such much admiration for your gift. It's a gift from God. You must be very blessed. And I know everyone is coming to you, and I hope you've found that darn beanie. I just wonder, could you tell me how crypto looks for next Thursday? Is it going to be up or down?
It's going up 0.25%.
0.25%. That is excellent, Jeffrey. Thank you.
So excuse me, Jeffrey Jacobs.
Oh.
Are you in your invisible mode now? Oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, didn't realize any was needed.
So I'm a brain surgeon, and I recently went into the skull of a patient of mine who had a very severe condition. And unfortunately, the count of the instruments that went in did not match the count of the instruments that came out. And I'm wondering if you can solve this mystery as to where in a skull a clip would be found.
Yes, I'm trying to visualize it. Which hospital was this?
St. Albans,
In what town?
New London.
Oh, yes, yes. I'm just visualizing it. Give me the patient, please.
HIPAA forbids me to share the name of the patient.
The age.
Oh, the age?
Mhm.
I'm not sure if HIPAA lets me do that, but let's say in his 50s.
I'm just visualizing the patient.
Are you there yet?
Yes. It's the lower left quadrant of the brain.
Front or back?
The back.
Oh, thank you.
Calling Don, calling Don.
Oh, yeah, that would be me. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So listen, I was talking to this oracle, and
Right.
they said that I should get out of the corn business and into the marijuana business. And they came up with your name to, as somebody who could sort of help connect me to the market, so to speak.
Yeah, well, I'll just give you a little bit of advice, which is that
give me some
I was,
advice, man, because
I was given advice from a very unexpected source, and I was gonna I was gonna be a pre-med, and there's a lot of stuff. I decided not to go into that, but to go into farming. And corn or marijuana, either one of those is actually quite profitable and also quite helpful to human beings. So,
Calling Carolyn and Michelle. This is Hilda Ranverbalon, and I am interviewing today the disconnected Beanie and Helicopter. And I really wanted to understand this relationship.
Well, it's disconnected. That's the relationship. It's just very disconnected.
Would you see yourself as the grounding influence, or would you call yourself the grounding influence of this disconnected relationship?
Well, I don't want to take full responsibility for the disconnection. I mean, that wouldn't be fair. It's a relationship. Both sides have to be connected if they want to be.
So are you the Beanie or the I don't mean, please, I do not mean to be offensive. I'm just trying to figure out who's who here.
Okay, you're verging on being offensive.
I know.
Very politically incorrect.
I know I'm not good at being PC, but this is an unusual relationship. You have to.
I'm the helicopter, and she is the Beanie.
Oh, thank you for
explicit people. We've got to identify ourselves, okay?
It's true.
I thought we could trick her by reversing it.
But what's the point? This world is so full of being politically correct that sometimes we just need to clarify things honestly and openly, and I appreciate it.
You don't know how much pain.
And it's hard to be disconnected. Yes, it is hard. We were so important when we were together, and it is not easy to be disconnected. Yes. You wanted to know that. It is hard.
And the pain and trauma of being disconnected. You don't know what you brought up.
I think that we're going to have a sequel to this because there's a lot there's a lot to take in here. You've shared your hearts with us today.
Calling Dave. Dave. So,
Calling Lisa.
yeah, I just had an amazing experience. I was on a helicopter, and I know that you fly helicopters,
I heard you
And
land.
yeah, and we were up in the air. I mean, it's the first time I've ever been in a helicopter.
Did you enjoy it?
So, see, here's the thing, right? I was up in the air, right, and the pilot turned around to me and went, "Hold on 1 second. Don't touch that door."
Ooh.
And I'm okay, but I just sort of wonder. And that actually has happened to me, and I kind of wonder what was the because with a plane, if the door opens, you get sucked out like in a James Bond movie.
Sure, sure. Well, if you think about it, that was really excellent advice that the pilot gave you. Because had you opened the door or even touched the door, you would have been sucked out like last week's dirty laundry.
So that's what happens, right? You do get sucked out.
Yes, yes. You don't have to be Beanie Baby to know that. Everybody knows if you open the door in the helicopter, whoosh, you won't be voting in the next election. Yeah, so that was good advice.
Calling Michelle.
Okay.
I thought maybe we could reconnect.
That would be fantastic if we could technically make it work. You think we could?
I'm not worried about the technical part. I'm worried about all the dynamics that we have between us.
I'm so pleased to hear you two talk like this. It's been 2 months of therapy, of beanie therapy, and you're making great progress.
Thank you.
No, it's really heartening to hear that.
It's been very difficult.
We were units, you and I. We were one.
We were one, but then we explored the world separately, and there were some fun parts that I liked without you.
We liked the notion of an open relationship.
Yeah.
Calling Arnie. Thanks for taking the time and looking over my resume and stuff. No, you're not wrong. I was just clay. I was formed as James Buchanan, and then my creator breathed life into me, and so I'm just trying to get a job here.
As one does.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get a job here.
Yeah, I'm glad you came to seek my help. Everybody's going to this oracle these days, but really, I think it's fake. If you're asking me, I mean, I've been a life coach for 25 years now, and these days everybody is calling it consulting business.
Sorry to interrupt your session. I've just been waiting so long to talk to you, Mr. Life Coach. I tried to talk to Jeffrey Jacobs about the meaning of life, but in the end, he said, come to you.
He said that? To come to me? That was the advice of the oracle to come to... I feel.
If you ask him enough questions, you realize that he doesn't know what he's talking about. And if you kind of let him know that you're onto him, he'll refer you to you. He referred me to you.
Not to whatever, but I'm porcelain that came to life, so I don't know how I became second banana.
Calling Don and Dave. It's Hilda Higginbotham again here, and I am interviewing the disconnected Jeffrey Jacob.
Okay.
Oh.
Who's the Jeffrey? Who's the Jacob? I mean, our viewers want to know.
Well, I guess we have to tell her then, huh?
I was really hoping we'd be able to keep it a secret just a little bit longer.
Well, I'll give you a hint. One of us starts with a D. Does that put you on the trail?
Here you go, media.
Please. I'm a smart person and I get it, but our audience out there in TV land doesn't, and they need you to spell it out, please.
You know, the Oracle told me you were going to say that.
Calling Jackie. So, Senator, you're about to start this congressional hearing into the whole Oracle beanie matter. And, as your, chief assistant, I want to make sure that you've read those notes. The Beanie Boy's name?
His name is Jeffrey Jacobs.
Good. And his beanie, does he have his beanie?
No, the beanie blew away, got lost long ago in the past. And in fact, we hear the helicopter piece has separated from the beanie.
Okay, and the legislation, right, to prevent unlicensed beanies, helicopter beanies, right? Senate Bill 302.
Yes, we cannot allow 3-year-olds to be wearing beanies and then proclaiming themselves oracles.
Got it. All right. And get in there and, make sure.
For that, you have to tune in National Public Radio, where they tell you the news before it happens. They interview people like me and ask what's going to happen on the floor of the Senate. And I confidently predict things that definitely will happen, and sometimes do.
Calling Dave, Don, and Michelle. So I thought that we should have a grand reunion of both parts of Jeffrey Jacob and the beanie and the twirly part, and all together we could. It's a grand reunion. We can get back in the heyday. Life's gone downhill since we all separated.
Well, shall we do this in the suburbs or in the city?
Or in that hinterland in between.
Yes.
And would you like some entertainment? Because I actually now do children's entertainment.
Oh, that would be excellent. Do you have
I think we have to all agree on it now. Do we need to be in therapy to know which decision to make?
You should see a life coach.
Yes, therapy.
Calling Arnie and Rick. Hildy Higginbotham here again. Oh dear, a little technical difficulty. Okay, Hildy and so I understand that we have some differences of opinion between the Oracle and the Clown. And that's caused a big problem at in the suburbs. And so can you guys just come clean about it?
Look, I didn't get paid, and I got a crotch full of darts. I feel like I got nothing more to say.
Yeah, business is really bad since the Oracle is taken over and giving advice to people for free.
Wait, are you saying that you are not the Oracle?
Yeah, I thought you were the Oracle.
You're not the Oracle?
You're not the Oracle?
Well, they took away my license, and I'm not allowed to use that phrase anymore. Now I'm just a consultant. Everybody can be a consultant these days.
Me, I'm a helicopter, the traffic helicopter. And I'll tell you, there's nothing lower on the hierarchy of aviation than being a traffic helicopter. You just don't get any respect. You just spend your day watching the cars. Blah. It's miserable.
I'm a helicopter parent. I just hover around my children, making sure everything is perfect for them, interfering in their lives and their schooling so that they can have it easy.
I'm the exhaust and the sound of the helicopter. Nobody likes the exhaust and the sound of the helicopter.
I'm a medical helicopter, and people do love the sound of my blades. It means that help is coming and help is bringing them to the hospital where hopefully competent brain surgeons can operate.
I'm a talk show host and currently get to sit in a chair, but I used to be a helicopter reporter, and I found it easier because I am personally, as a sit down host, constantly confronted with what's appropriate and what's not, what's politically correct, what I can say, and what I cannot say. It changes from day to day. And for example, today I learned that I cannot admire Pepe Le Pew anymore. He has been erased. He has been taken away because of political correctness. And I, as a sit-down television host, had absolutely no idea.
I'm the door of the helicopter. I don't see much action, sadly. Some days I don't even swing out or in at all. Just sit there on the tarmac hoping for a mega crash somewhere. Other times I swing out once and then back again. It's a lonely, purposeless life. I look forward someday to being recycled.
I'm a spent bag of sedation. I was recently used. The business end of me is in your girlfriend who's laying over there on the floor. She was really freaking out. I mean, I don't blame you. I don't know if you thought this through. This is really gonna change your relationship now when she wakes up. You guys went through something big, so everything's changed.
I used to be a helicopter that smuggled substances across borders. And I was almost out of work. In fact, I didn't have anything to do for a couple of years. And then stuff became legal. Substances became legal. And now I'm a medical helicopter. The pay is less, but the reputation is pretty good.
I'm a kid's helicopter. I'm a toy. I don't even really work. You got to pick me up to make me move around. But there's a girl named Sally, and she picks me up and she moves me around her room. Sometimes when she's really mad, she picks me up and throws me across the room. But so far, she hasn't broken me yet. So Sally and we are best friends.
You know, watching the traffic from up here is just so boring. The other day, though, the reporter just really freaked out because he looked down and he saw some woman taking off her bra. And, he just thought that was so great. And I thought, oh, man, talk about politically incorrect. Jeez, get back to the cars. Well, I wish I were a medical helicopter. There's a job worth doing.
Just a small person looking up at the sky, at the helicopters, at the clouds, hoping that there's something or someone up there who's going to give me the answers. Because I've been looking at a lot of false oracles, and I need a new one.
And that's our show.
So, let's everybody introduce ourselves.
Carolyn Curl.
Dave Carbonell.
Jackie G.
Josh Clayman.
Rear corner.
Arnie.
Outside Boston.
On Slovin.
Nikki Manching. And I want to thank Arnie specifically, because what time is it where you are now, Arnie?
It's almost 3 a.m.
He's here at 3 a.m. Thank you, Arnie. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back again.
This is just my sleepiness, not any substances.
On Friday. It'll be a better time for Arnie. At 11 Eastern Time, this ensemble will be performing again. Different, but similar. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight at the Follies. We'll see you back again soon. Stay tuned for the next act to come up, which is another Liz Allen ensemble. Yay!